Hello students. Now we are discussing another chapter 15. It's a biodiversity and conservation. It is one of the very important chapter of our NCERT book. And the biodiversity and conservation, today we are discussing regarding biodiversity, types and pattern of biodiversity, and distribution of biodiversity in global and Indian concern. Students, Earth is a planet which has the great biodiversity. Here are the different forms of the animals and plants, microbes, more than 20,000 species of the ant, more than 3 lakh species of the beetle, 80,000 species of the fishes, and many more species of the orchids like of trees. So, if you will see the our Earth planets, it's rich in variety of the living organism, and this variety of the living organism is said to be the biodiversity. Let's we have to understand the definition of the biodiversity. Biodiversity is defined as the variability among the living organism from all sources including intralia, terrestrial, marine, other aquatic ecosystem and the ecological complexes of which they are the part. This include diversity within species, between the species, of- and of ecosystem. Means that all the life forms present in on the land, marine water, or in aquatic water, or they are in variety of the diversity of the species are in ecosystem. So all these organisms, different whole variety of the organism on the earth, which we can refer as a biodiversity. So biodiversity uh, represent the totality of the genes, species, and the ecosystem of the region. So this definition, biodiversity represent the totality of the genes, species, and ecosystem of a region. So biodiversity, all the organisms which are variables in the gene, variability of gene, they are different species, are different ecosystem, and all these form the biodiversity. This biodiversity, according to the popularly, the biodiversity is the term popularized by the sociobiologist Edward Wilson. So the Edward Wilson gave the terms, that is biodiversity, and the vast array of species of microorganisms like algae, fungus, plant, animals. These occurs on the earth. Either they are terrestrial or occur in the water, aquatic. So all these organisms come under the biodiversity. This biodiversity, important diversity at the level of biological organization. It means types of biodiversity. The important diversity at the level of biological organization are, there are three level. Number one, genetic diversity. A single species might show the high diversity at the genetic level over its distribution rate. So in single species it is, but there is a diversity at the gene level. So if we study the diversity among the organism in gene level, it is called genetic diversity. Rauwolfia vomitoria, which show the genetic variation in the terms of concentration and potency of the chemical respirators. India has more than 50,000 genetically different strains of the rice and 1,000 varieties of mango. So in India, we can say the variety 1,000 varieties of the mango are more than 50,000 genetically different varieties of rice. This shows the genetic diversity because these are differ in genetic level. Second important is the diversity, species diversity. If diversity at a species level, diversity of the organism is in the species level, it's called the species diversity, and the Western Ghat have more amphibian species diversity than the Eastern Ghat. So this is an example of the species diversity. Western Ghat amphibians are more than the diversity of the Western Ghat amphibians is more as compared to diversity of the Eastern Ghat amphibian. And third, ecological diversity. So in our ecology, desert, rainforest, mangrove, coral reef, wetland, estuaries, and alpine mildew are type of ecological type. So in different area, different biomass, desert biomass, foreign rainforest biomass. So there is a varieties of the plants and variety. So if we study them ecology in the biome wise, it is called ecological biodiversity. So there are the three types of the diversity: genetic diversity, one example Ralphia, as well as varieties of mango and rice; species diversity, amphibians of western and eastern Ghat; and ecological diversity, diversity in desert, in rainforest, in wetland. So these are example of the ecological diversity. After this definition and type of diversity, it is the interrelationship between the different level. We have discussed genetic level, then species level, and ecological diversity. So genetic diversity, it means diversity in the genetic level. It means in ecology there is a variation. Then genetic diversity is means there are the different type of species. So these all three terms are interrelated to each other, and it's the relationship among the diversity. Genetic diversity, it means there will be the species diversity, and this species diversity, it means this there is a diversity in ecological level. Similarly, if there is genetic diversity, it means that there is a variation in the ecological diversity also. So this flow chart shows the relationship among the different level of the biodiversity. This biodiversity is occur in global level. According to the IUCN, International Union for the Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. So, according to the IUCN, the total number of plant species and animal species are described as the 1.5 billion. So, 1.5 billion is a total diversity of plants and animals according to IUCN. The species inventory for the taxonomic group in the temperature countries and region is more complete than the tropical countries region. More conservative and scientifically sound estimated has been made by the Robert May. It is the more scientifically correct data or estimated data gave by the Robert May, and it put the global species diversity is about 7 million. So this is the very important. Robert May said that the estimated global diversity is 7 million. So more than 70% of all the species which are recorded animal and plant account for about 22%, and 70% of animals are in the insect. So more than 70% of all the species reported are animals and plant, account of 22%. So 70% of the animals are the only insect. Then this was the biodiversity of plants and animals. But estimate do not give any figure regarding the prokaryotes, and there are the some region. Prokaryotics, we do not have the estimation of their diversity. Region, the conventional taxonomical matter are not suitable or sufficient for identifying these microbes. So how many bacteria or viruses are there, or fungus or algae are there? There is no appropriate method to identify them. This was the one reason. Many of species cannot be cultured under laboratory condition. If we want to count or estimate their number, but it is not possible to cultivate them in the laboratory. And third reason was biochemical and molecular biology technique would put their diversity into millions. So, according to the molecular biology and biochemicals biology, numbers of the microbes or prokaryotics are they are millions in number, and so that the estimation of the prokaryotic is not done. Another in this flow chart we can understand very easily diversity of invertebrates, vertebrates, and plants. So let's you come see invertebrate. In invertebrates are insect. As I told you, about 70% of the total organism, the insects are there. So invertebrates also, the insects are more in number than other groups, than mollusca and then crustacean. So the insects are more in number in the invertebrate. In vertebrates, if you will see chordates animal, fishes are about 50%, and then reptiles, then mammals, not the after the fishes, then percentage of the bird and reptiles is equal, then mammal, and then amphibians. Regarding the plants, fungus are more in number, then angiosperm plants also, angiosperm plants, and then algae, then mosses and fern, and last one in a like. So this flow chart show the diversity of plant, diversity of vertebrate and invertebrate. So in examination this chart is given to you, and you have to label the name of the organism in the given chart. Second important in conference and biodiversity in India. India is one of the richest 12 mega biodiversity spot. So India is one of the 12 mega biodiversity country of the world. In India has only 2.4% of land area of the world. It has 8.1% of the global species diversity. So we have the 2.4% of total land of the world, but the richness of diversity is 8.1. In this India, 45,000 species of plant, about 90 to 1 lakh species of animals, and many more species yet to be discovered at the name here. If we apply the Robert May global estimated that only 22% of total species have been recorded. In India probably has more than 1 lakh species of plant and 3 lakh species of animal to be discovered and described. So this is the one estimation of the biodiversity in the India. Second important part is the where what are the different pattern and where the biodiversity will be is occur very high. So biodiversity is not uniform. So it is called pattern of biodiversity. So biodiversity is not uniform throughout the world. In some area the biodiversity is very high. In some area biodiversity is very low. It means it's a varies with change in the latitudes and the attitudes. Latitudes and attitudes, on the basis of this one biodiversity also differ. Favorable environment conditions favor speciations and make it possible for the longer number of the species to exist there. So it biodiversity is more in such area than the other area. So it is found that if the favorable conditions are the appropriate condition are present, in that cases the biodiversity will be more. But unfavorable condition, the diversity will be less. So let's we have to define on basis of latitudinal gradient. Students, species diversity is decreases from the equator toward the pole. So when equator we are talking imaginary line, in that equator biodiversity is high. But if we move away from the equator toward the pole, south pole and north pole, then biodiversity is decreasing. The tropic between 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south harbor more species than the temperature. And polar region. So the uh, diversity of the species in tropic area is higher than the temperature in polar region. Example, in Colombia, situated where the equator, has about 1400 species of bird, while in New York, which is 41 degree in north, has the 105 species. Greenland 71 degree in north has about 56 species. It means the Colombia is near the equator, so biodiversity is high. The number of species of vascular plant in tropic is about 10 times more of that of the temperate region. One important thing, Amazon Valley is called the lungs of the planet, lungs for the biodiversity. So Amazon's rainforest in South America has the greatest biodiversity on the earth. It harbors about the 40,000 species of plant, 125,000 species of insect, 3,000 species of fishes, 427 species of the amphibian and reptile, 100 1300 of birds, and so richness of the biodiversity in Amazon rainforest is high. So it is called lungs of the biodiversity. Three hypotheses have been proposed to explain the difference in the biodiversity between tropical and temperature region. So if we talk about the why the biodiversity is more, why the biodiversity is less, so there are the some region. First one region is speciation in general. In function is the function of the time. While temperature regions were subject to the frequent glacial in the past, the topics have remained undisturbed and hence had the evolved more species. Here it is said that temperature region there always glaciations occur, some changes take place, and due to the changes, the diversity of the species is very less. But tropic region where remain undisturbed, and due to the undisturbance the diversity in the tropical region is the high, because the temperature region or glacier region or polar region, there many fluctuation take place in the biodiversity, and so that diversity is less. But in tropical region it's remain undisturbed for the longer time, and that's why here diversity is a very high. Second is, compared to the temperature region, tropical region are less seasonal, relatively more constant and predictable. Such constant environment have promoted niche specialization and greater. Second region is the tropical regions where less seasonal activity occur. Tropical environment is the less seasonal activity. Temperature region seasonal activities are fluctuated, but in the tropical environment the seasonal activity in India, if we will say, we used to say winter season, summer season, rainy season. In that particular season we have the similar type of condition and climate. But in temperature region this is not occur, because the temperature region there they are not non-seasonal. There you cannot decide the season, and that's why the diversity in that region is very less, but the diversity in tropical region is very high. And third very important part is there is more solar radiation. In tropical region more solar radiation is available, and that's why the bioproductivity is high, productivity is high, and that productivity, more productivity, it support to the greater species diversity. And that these are the some region through which the tropical region are having the greater diversity as compared to the temperature region. One more factor which affect on the pattern of biodiversity is it's the species area relationship. So about this topic we will discuss later in detail. So in brief you can understand species area relationship. Alexander von Humboldt has observed that within a region species richness increase with the increase explores area, but only up to limit. So Alexander von Humboldt said that if the area is increases, then species of the species is richness of the species. It means diversity of the species is also increases because species get the more area for flourishing. It means when you are increasing the area, the richness, species richness is also increasing. But he said that it is up to the limit. Beyond that, the richness of the species will not increase whether we are increasing the area. So this is Alexander Humboldt said that the area increases, then richness of species is also increases, but up to the limit. The relationship between species richness and area for the number of taxon like angiosperm plant, freshwater fishes and bird is found to be rectangular hyperbola. So what does this rectangular hyperbola represent? First you graph you will see that is log scale graph is given, straight line is there. But species richness second graph is given, this is the hyperbola. So the log scale straight line, what does it indicate? It indicates that if area is increases, richness of the species is also increase. So log scale log s is equal to log c plus z log a. This line it indicates that if area increases, then richness of species richness is also increasing. But second graph you will see it's a curve, so hyperbola. It means first once you are increasing the area, richness of the species is also increases. But later this is continuously not increases and it become limited there. And that's why it's a hyperbola is obtained. So detail about this we will discuss later. So when hyperbola is obtained in the angiosperm and freshwater, it means when we increase the area, richness of species is not increased. On log scale, the relationship become linear, straight line. It's described as a equation log s is equal to log c plus z log a, where s is species richness, z is slope of line. The regression, it is called regression coefficient. Z is regression coefficient and a is area. So a is area and c is a y-intercept. C is equal to C is a y-intercept. So these ecologists have found out that the value of z, value of z is what? Slope of line. So it means regression coefficient, slope of line z ranges between zero point 0.1 and zero point 0.2 irrespective of the taxonomic group of the region. So the value of z is a changes, varies, ranges from zero point 0.1 to 0.2 in different taxonomic group in that region. But this analysis is very large area like continent. If we analyze the z value for the large area like the continent, the z value ranges between the zero point 0.6 and 1.2. Third important is Z value for the frugivorous bird and mammal in the tropical forest is found to be 1.15. It means the value of Z line of regression is a varied in the different region for the different organism. So as we have discussed what is biodiversity, then types of biodiversity on the level, genetic level, species level, ecological patterns of the biodiversity and their distribution in global as well as in consent of the India. Thank you.